Okay, welcome back to the channel, and today we are back in the C-17 Globemaster made by Boeing, and we're going from Kabul International in Afghanistan to Islamabad, just over the border in Pakistan. You just in, if you follow the news, it's hard to kind of miss it, but you'd have seen a lot probably about this aircraft, but everything that's gone on over there, and this video is in no way meant to be a piss take, but definitely a tribute to certainly this great plane and what it's what it's done and how capable it is. So just sit back and enjoy it with me, because it's an incredible aircraft. I just want to get this turn done though, because we're pretty much going the other way, as you can see on the map. Yeah, so this is obviously this is modded in. This is modded into the sim, and yeah, like I say, it's incredible. It's single-handedly, just to be fly out of Kabul now. Um, it took 823 people, like Afghan citizen, which it rescued. I mean that's absolutely incredible. I mean, just that. Its payload was, or just its capacity, whatever. Nothing like that at all. Nowhere near. It took 800 people, probably plus crew, plus your two pilots. Wow. So that's 823 lives that it probably saved. Amazing. So yeah, just executing this turn now. Then we'll head off to Islamabad in the distance, as you can see there. Okay. So yeah, I'll probably set the autopilot and stuff in a minute. And the landing as well. I mean, I've looked at the approach. For me, yeah, doing the approach with this is not something I'm going to do. So I'm probably just going to, when we get there, I'm probably just going to skip it. But yeah, here we go. This is, I think it's a 747 cockpit that this modder has put in here. But that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. It's going down. Try and bring it up. Don't know what is going on here. What a beautiful machine, though. Okay. So yeah, the autopilot. I'm still getting used to using a lot of the autopilot stuff, because I mean, in the videos you've seen before, most of the time I've been at the stick myself manually. I've flown it the whole way there. I do with the Concorde videos as well, because that particular mod doesn't have like any of the autopilot or anything like that. So that's something I have to do myself. So we're going to put the autopilot on there. It's going to do its thing. Speed it up a bit. See if we can get there any quicker.
Kabul approach Globemaster 112 12,800 feet. Globemaster 112 Kabul approach QNH 29.9 continuous plan.
And bung the altitude up as well.
Globemaster 112 contact Kabul center on 120.9.
You just no, obviously they're not going to have American accents, are they? In the I've said about the accents before in some of the other videos. They're not going to have American accents, are they? Coming from Kabul. Although, yeah, I mean, because they had, I think Qatar were getting involved with the whole ATC thing and a lack of it at Kabul airport. So they, so yeah, I think I'm quite positive Qatar are, running things there and helping them out with that at the minute, because obviously planes need to come in and out. That's how it is. Doesn't matter who's running your country, But yeah, we're letting the autopilot do its thing, and I always like to try and hug close to the line. Red line on our nav there. know, it's playing like this. I can't go over 823 people in one flight it took. I'm not certain where it landed though, how quick the journey was. Maybe they just, I don't imagine with the sort of load like that, I don't imagine they went too far. It probably was somewhere like Islamabad that's not, as you can see, is not too far away. It might have been somewhere even closer. Yeah, but it didn't really say where they airlifted them to. But still, a phenomenal achievement. And I got to admit, Boeing stuff is growing on me. I'm more of an Airbus guy, but this is proper. I'm not certain if it does have a 747 cockpit in the real one. I highly doubt it. But whoever's modded this has just done it probably for convenience, and it's fairly easy to kind of know and sort of work your way around. But yeah, look at it. I mean, it does look a beautiful country. I mean, all that's going on there. I mean, you wouldn't want to go there now, probably. But, you know, people that have been there, I mean, Western people, have said it's just lovely. It looks gorgeous. Looking at where we are now from it, what a view. Yeah, just having a mess around with some of the cameras. I've got to get a good photo for the thumbnail. I'm starting to use Photoshop now. I'm learning Photoshop. I was never any good at it, but luckily the missus is quite handy with it, so that's helping me out. Okay, and just wanted to say, if you, we're 6 away from 100 subscribers. So yeah, if you wanted to just help us out on the road to 100, just click that subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner. That'd be great help. And I'll keep bringing more flights. And let me know what you want to see as well in the comments. Let's see what aircraft we got. Because I know what aircraft I want to fly, where I want to take them. I've got some big plans coming up for the channel, so yeah, make sure you're the first to see those videos when they drop, and hit that subscribe. Always a massive help. So I'm touching absolutely nothing. And this, it actually looks like it's paused there. And take the autopilot off. I wanna take the stick, like the good old days. Gonna be quicker, because I know I can fly a bit unorthodox, fly a bit faster. Maybe against every rule in the book, but yeah, this is a simulation. If we work it, sort of bring it down a bit. And yeah, I mean, if you request, I mean, I think it's flightsimmods.to. I think they have this particular mod. They got 2 for the Globemaster. I mean, I used one of the first ones. Yeah, it handles great, because there was another mod I downloaded from another site, and it was just unflyable. It was light. It was, it crashed when you took off. I mean, whoever's made this has done it properly, and it looks brilliant as well. I mean, because the mods, there were 2 mods, and one didn't have proper liveries. This one did. It had the US Air Force one, which I wanted to use to kind of replicate the situation a little bit. So this is one we went for. But I was just looking at its operators, just on the Wikipedia page earlier. I mean, so many like air forces around the world use this, and of course Qatar are actually, I believe, are a user of this plane, Qatar Airways, and their air force as well, I believe. They got one, and it's it has the Qatar livery on it, which is pretty cool actually, because they're big on their cargo at Qatar. I was just thinking earlier. I mean, out of all the airlines, I mean, what my favourite sort of livery was, and the best and the worst. I gotta say, I love the Korean. I think it's Korean airline livery, especially when it was on the 747. I mean, it's like the sort of blue. It looked fantastic. Very, very, very underrated. That was good. Virgin Atlantic always looks pretty good. They always have done. Just like that red. It symbolises something, you know. Emirates I fly with was pretty nice. Same with Etihad. Both get quite inventive for like events and things. Well, obviously I'm not the biggest British Airways fan in the world, but it just kind of looks a bit drab. It's not really changed or changed much in 20 odd years. You know, just I look at everything, yeah, dull. Yeah, same with Ryanair really. I mean, any of the low cost ones, for me personally, don't look great. But everybody's got their own opinion. So yeah, we're really pushing the plane now. You can see the ticket in the background. We're just trying to get some more speed on it. So guess where we got to go a little bit sooner. There's I think there's a documentary series. I think it's about 2019 it come out over here in the UK. If you're in the US, you might be able to watch it on YouTube somewhere. It was about British Air Force pilots, and it showed them from like their recruitment stage and when they started training on like one of the new jets we had, and they did some work actually over in the US. I think the American guys sort of trained them. And I can't for the life of me remember what plane it was. It was a brand new one, and they purchased the Royal Air Force had purchased a few of them basically, and a few pilots. They were like desperate to fly this plane, but they actually get a choice when they join the Air Force. There's a choice of what you can fly. So you could pick to fly something like this. You could pick a fighter plane. You know, so it's up to you. I mean, but they obviously assess whether you get it or not. But, you know, I'm just thinking as an Air Force pilot. I mean, they do such great jobs, but you look at the money they get. I mean, it's nowhere near enough to what it should be. But yeah, I mean, they do a fantastic job. I mean, if I was an Air Force pilot, I'd want something like this, because I think if you've flown something like this, it sets you up nicely for a career in like commercial. I mean, you still have to do your training and everything. Once you've done like your service, I think the Air Force would probably help you get your commercial wings. But it would just rather than a fighter jet, for me, something like this. Because you're going to get to know the basic the instruments. Things are going to be different. It's going to be a lot slower. Like a commercial plane is. It's going to be so similar. I mean, this is similar to the A380, the 747. But yeah, dude, I can't remember what the documentary was called. But it was a really good watch. So yeah, if you get a chance, definitely look that up on YouTube. ITV made it, I think. But yeah, back in the day, it's one of the possibilities I explored. Was going in the Air Force, and you look. I mean, like back in the day, you finished your service with the RAF or whoever, and then you could probably just walk. Maybe the 70s and 80s, you walk straight into a commercial job. But now, once you're out of there, then you've got to go. You've got to do the whole license sort of thing again. It's a very, very different process. Again, from a simpler time. Not so much now.
Globemaster 1123 radar, contact 27 miles west of visual flight level 185. Cleared through the Charlie airspace. Cleared through the Charlie airspace, Globemaster 1123.
Yes, as I said, any aircraft you want to see us fly that, you know, are something reasonable, anything that can be modded, I'm more than happy to have a go at. Any place you want me to fly at in particular. Definitely, weather. I want to start doing stuff with weather conditions, you know, because most of the flights I do are with clear skies, you know, it's not realistic everywhere. Somewhere like here, it'd probably be realistic. It's hardly ever going to rain here. But yeah, no, it's just do stuff like fly in a bit of rain, fly through some storms, things like that. That'd be really cool. So yeah, let me know what you want to see, and of course hit that subscribe button once again. I'm doing a very good job building this. And thank you for your support as well if you have subscribed already. Okay, so not overly far away now, I'd say. Maybe around 10 minutes. Maybe a bit less, who knows, but obviously I'm going to skip the approach of this because it's a tight turn, and to be honest I don't want to embarrass myself on with all the critics out there. I don't really want to embarrass myself on camera trying to turn it and missing the runway. So yeah, we're probably at a point I'll skip it to just final, and we can try and land it from there. Because last time I didn't put it down, it was on the other Globemaster video you might want to check out. It was on where was it? It was at Area 51, the runway there, Homey Airport, I think it is. I think I flew it out of Vegas to to Area 51, and it I couldn't put it down for the life of me. I was going way too fast. I hadn't really learned how to slow it down properly yet, but I am learning. It's a learning process. If you want to criticise, do it, but again, I am just learning. So yeah, for this, I've got a feeling we'll put this down. I'm very fast at the minute, actually. Faster than what autopilot was doing with it. So, you know, I heard because if you want to check out the rest of the Concorde videos on the channel, I've made quite a few. I do like flying it, but there's a rumour going around. I think Microsoft Studios or whoever's going to confirm they're going to make an actual official one. So not a mod, an actual Concorde. They've scanned the cockpit, then it will have the right movements, everything like that. So yeah, I'll be definitely buying that if the opportunity arises. There's lots of independent studios out there as well that are making stuff, and you can see them in the marketplace. I mean, some of the planes and things are quite pricey, but I compare that to like the cars on iRacing. Some of them are absolute rip-off. But yeah, these planes, I mean, they're really, really good. I think there's one they put on there. I don't know if it's a Tornado or something. There's some that the studio's made. It was brilliant. So fast as well. So yeah, it's a purchase I'm definitely interested in making at some point. Yeah, we're making serious speed up in this as well. So surely, I'm not certain if we must have left Afghan airspace now. It's supposed to be absolutely miles away. So yeah, I mean with this airlift operation, I mean you look at it, and I mean luckily, I mean they've got somewhere like Pakistan quite close. I think India's just down below as well. So, I mean there are plenty of options for a safe escape. I'm, I'm not sure where else was close by. Um, but it must have been awful times for those that are still there and those that had to escape. But yeah, what you can do is just sort of put your thoughts with them. So yeah, this looks like Pakistan to me now. I imagine we cleared Afghanistan quite a while ago. So at least you're in like a civil sort of country. Which ain't worse to go wrong now. Sorry, bash the mic there. There you go, that's a pretty good view, I like that. There's a greenery in sort of places like this. You wouldn't sort of expect it. I imagined it'd be more sand, and I mean stereotypical view would be it's just full of sand. It's the Gulf and around near the Gulf and all this, but lots of greenery, so fair play. So I want to kind of make it look like an attempt to sort of go for the approach, kind of lowering it, bring it down, and to reduce the speed at some point as well. I'm trying to put kind of, if I were to be doing the approach, I want it sort of towards the left. It's kind of like a big turning circle in a car. You want like plenty of room to kind of maneuver it and then hit that sort of, I think they call it the entry point. So then you got a real chance of landing. But at least I'm honest with you, and I tell you, there's no way I'll be able to get this approach right at the moment, anyway. So yeah, bringing it down, but. Yeah, so I'm just gonna look at the map. That's the sort of approach there. So you've got to literally, I mean, it's the equivalent of a U-turn. That's the only thing. So yeah, but I know there's no chance of me making that. So I'm pressing out the trim, and it's not doing a great deal, to be honest. So eased off the power now. Bet this thing could glide for miles. I was thinking about gliders today, actually. What a skill it is, though, to be able to glide something and just get in the angles right, and everything like that. A lot of pilots actually training that before have that as another hobby. I'd say that's a great skill, something brilliant to have on your CV. Before you start training. Okay, so there's the sort of entry. I mean, look where we are on the map. We're well off. I presume that little marker down there that we saw was was Islamabad International. Where we're trying to put it down. Yeah, you see there. There. Yeah, my landings the last couple haven't been great. But yeah, hopefully I'm gonna in a minute. I am gonna skip it to the landing. Okay, landing now.
Cleared to land runway 28 right Clovenbow 112.
Not even saying where we should be with power, but we're gear down, which is nice. Not much to worry about now. Just aiming for that centre line. Altitude too high. Yeah, we can bring that down. Okay. Now I feel a bit too low now. Okay. Just weaving out a bit. It came in a bit too high, but at least it's on the ground, and I think I'll leave it there. Alright, thanks very much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.